Hmm. Oh, we are
Broadcast is
live.
live.
Oh God.
We are
Okay, we're
live.
on. So, good evening, whoever's watching. My name is Hetal Doshi. I'm an organizational psychologist, and just on the 30th of April or 30th of March, I was pushed by some friends to do a bit more community work because we were so commercially and corporate driven. So I was pushed to make sure that I do my part for the community. And as part of that initiative, we thought we would pull together some thought leaders, some professionals, some just random ears like magicians, and then also everyday heroes just like you and I, to just talk about everyday things that could affect us at work and also in our lives. And today with me is a friend, DJ Milan, whom I've known
Hey,
forever. I've known him since I was, I don't know, maybe like 12 or 13,
uh,
probably.
probably at least 20 years. At least 20
At least,
years.
oh my God, at least, no, 25 years at least now,
Uh,
Milan.
but you do
Yeah,
know that you are older. I just
yeah,
look
just
old.
1 year, just 1 year, just 1 year.
I think two. I think
But
two.
that still means we know each other for the same duration,
Yeah.
okay? Just because you're younger doesn't mean that you know me less.
No, no. I still look
Um,
older. It's fine. You look. You look
so
fine.
I've known Milan for over at least over 25 years now, I think.
Yeah.
And Milan, for those of you who don't know, I'm sure whoever's tuning in right now, you've known him because he's your favorite DJ. He's been our favorite DJ. He's
Thank you.
probably gotten a lot of us through a lot of our ceremonies, our functions. And I think one thing that he's known for is to be able to keep people going on and on and on, partying and dancing for over 12 hours.
Yeah.
So I thought, so how I decided to get Milan on the show was because maybe about 3 weeks ago or 2 weeks ago, I was with my nephew and my niece, and my brother was there as well. My brother was like, "Hey, DJ Milan is on Instagram." And I was like, "What's he doing?" And it's like, "Okay, everyone's on Instagram." He's like, "No, he's like throwing a party." And this was like at 2 p.m. or something. So it was like 2 p.m. And my family and I were all sitting down and we switched on DJ Milan's music. So he was throwing a party online. And all of us were like partying together as a family at 2 p.m. It was just wild. Um, and then again at 11 p.m. and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
And that just reminded me of all these amazing memories that we've had partying and
Yes.
being with
Yes.
all our good friends and obviously seeing Milan there, but Milan obviously has to wear a mask. He needs to make sure that he holds the party. So that's why I thought it would be cool to have a DJ and obviously cool to have a friend as well. So thank you so much, Milan, for joining us.
Thank you for having me. Actually, as I told you, I'm kind of nervous, but hey, I know you'll take care of me.
Yeah, absolutely. So, okay, I never imagined, like when I look back, I never imagined when I saw you that you would have chosen the career path of a DJ. So, what the bleep, man? How did that happen?
Actually, I didn't know myself I would become a DJ. Just that music has been part of my life since young. I used to be a dancer. Um, Maybe I did not know what I wanted to do. I was a rebel even in school. So yeah. Um, so I guess music was always in me, but music would be my life. I didn't know, of course. Happened to attend a party, and then I just randomly went up to the DJ and like, hey, can you teach me how to DJ? He was
Right.
like, take my card, give me a call on Monday. I
Wow.
called him. The same day itself, he came down to my block, spoke to me, and yeah, that's it. I just started follow him, going everywhere. Yeah, that's it. That's it. That's it. And
That's
nothing special. No fireworks. No nothing. Yeah.
well, under the block sounds like fireworks, huh? Under the block,
Hey, my
man. Maybe
first ever
something as a
show
project.
with this DJ who came to see me was under my block.
Yeah. So who was this person, if you don't mind me
Okay,
asking?
his name is DJ Mark. He's not a
Right.
DJ anymore. He's not a DJ.
Yeah.
He's in Singapore. He's not a DJ anymore. But yeah, he was the one who came under my block with two other guys, Sukbir
Yeah.
and Sunny.
Yeah.
Uh, Three of them came under my block. I remember. I won't forget that day.
Yeah.
Yeah, spoke to me about the life of a DJ, the ropes. You don't have a birthday to celebrate. You can forget about your mother's birthday because
Oh.
if you have a show, you need to go for a show.
Right. So
Yeah.
this is amazing because I've been hearing so many stories of accidental coincidences that has led to destiny changing fate. So you don't even know what you want in your life, and then suddenly something happens, and then we become a bit clearer.
Yeah.
So isn't it amazing that somebody was willing to just catch up with you and walk you through it? Because I'm sure there are a lot of graduates out there, or even people like myself, who will be like, I wish I could talk to somebody, and we think it's so impossible, but for you, it happens so naturally. What do you think
Right.
about? What do you think about that now when you reflect back?
You know, since you said that, it may just be that crew who the names I just mentioned, may just wanted an extra person in the crew to carry speakers or whatever. Maybe. I let's not uh, judge it that way. Uh, but then maybe it's because of a generation change. Current
Yeah.
generation is different. Back then was it's a bit old school where you need help, I help you. Maybe,
Right.
maybe.
Yeah. And that's a much better way of living, right? That's really much better
It's
way
very
of living.
straightforward, very simple life way
Yeah.
of living. Like,
Yeah.
let's do this together. Okay, let's do this together. There's
Yeah.
no principles or no, well, not principles, but a lot of no rules and regulations to follow much.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I still think that's really amazing. You just went up to someone and you're like, you wish I knew how to learn something. And the dude
yeah,
just meets you, not even you meet the person.
yeah. He
He comes
just
to you
he
and
doesn't know me. I don't know him. He just like take my name card, give me a call on Monday. That's it.
yeah. So I guess take a chance, right? So whoever is
Yeah, yeah.
listening, take a chance. And Lisa, what's up? Thank you for coming on. So
Where
Milan,
is
you
Lisa? Oh, hi, Lisa.
so you and I are both part of a community where there are certain professions where, our parents would be like, yeah, hell, go for it, right? Like, okay, you want to
Yeah,
be a doctor, you want to be an engineer, you want to be a psychologist, oh, great. But what was that like for you when you decided that you wanted to be a DJ in our culture, our community?
so it's our culture and the Singaporean way of life is a bit similar. Like go to primary school, secondary school, you must go to a JC, you must go to a university, you must be a doctor, and you must get married.
Yeah. And
It,
you must have children. Hey, don't forget
yeah,
there.
must have children fast. Uh,
Yes,
and
fast.
all this you have to get it done by 28. So
Oh,
that
yeah, yeah.
was that's
Absolutely.
the
By the
straight
20th
line.
birthday, yeah.
Uh, for me, I've never been that straight. From school, always going off the road. Yes, when I started this music uh, career, my parents were not happy. Were not happy at all. They're like, "What are you doing? How are you going to make money? I mean, nightlife. You come back at 4 a.m., 5 a.m. You leave again at 2 p.m. That's not a life. You should do a 9 to 5 job." Because the whole family has been the business related people who go to office, and I've got no office. My office
Yeah,
is my event. So
yeah.
it took a couple years, in fact, for my family to understand what I do, and maybe when they actually, yeah, my mom kind of saw I'm happy doing this.
Mm.
Then she was like telling the rest of my family members, okay, you know what, he's doing this, let him do. Let's see how.
Yeah. Let's see
But
how.
even
Let's see
then,
how.
let's see how. Even then,
Let's see how.
she was
Yeah.
like, "Hey, you want to do this? I'll give you a chance, but you better go and study first." So I did go to school for the certificate, got it done, and yeah.
Oh, that's amazing. Actually a good thing. Lisa says, don't forget after the first child, we're supposed to have the second child immediately as well. Otherwise,
Oh
there's a problem
yes, yes,
there.
yes.
And
Immediately.
someone over here, I'm not sure who it is because I can't see your name, but the person is saying, Milan, you're always late, lah, so it's okay. Basically, the fact that you've missed the 28-year-old mark.
Who is that? Who is
Um,
that?
I need to double check because the person needs to allow StreamYard to accept. But I'll
Never
just
mind.
go on Facebook and check.
Later the better.
Yeah, later the better. And Milan's just gonna call this person. You're an asshole, okay? Whoever you
Oh
are,
hell
call
yeah,
him.
hell yeah. No worries.
Okay, so I wanted to just really focus a little bit on this stage that we go through when we are thinking about a career choice, and we have to deal with our parents as well because I think you're very lucky, or like you have really focused on, you had something in you that you were able to fight the family. But I don't think majority may have that conviction or may have been able to pull out that conviction.
Yeah.
What really helped you? What really helped you, Milan, in that time? So for whoever is listening, so that's Vishal. Vishal's basically the one saying Jalat, Milan.
Vishal
Um,
Doshi, yes, yes.
Hi,
Of course.
Vishal. Okay, so what helps you to what helped you at that point in time to stick to your choice?
What helped me? Actually, from the family side, it was only my mother saying, okay, you go and do. For me, it was like, I for a good 5-7 years into my DJing career, I was into it. That's it, and not thinking of what will happen if I happen to fail.
Right.
I was just in that zone.
Yeah, you
Uh,
didn't really care.
I didn't care of anything else. It's
Hmm.
good and bad. Good and bad. Bad because I didn't plan a plan B.
Yeah.
Even now I have not planned a plan B. So yeah. uh,
Mhm.
but when I started seeing a bit of money
Yeah.
from doing shows and all that, and started contributing to the family,
Mm.
uh, things got better. Of course, saying, "Oh, I don't need to take money from my mom or dad or whatever." Uh, I started contributing to the family, and they got the sense of, okay, this guy is giving in money. He's bringing in some money every month. Let
Mm.
him carry on doing it, and the
Yeah.
support became better from the family.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So then I guess for whoever is listening and whoever could benefit from having this point in time where you're like, okay, should I do things to please my family or should I do things to please myself? What you're trying to say is that you need to go into a zone where you don't really care about
You have
anything
to. You don't care. So my
experimenting.
thing is, if you
Yeah.
want to play a guitar, you want to be a guitarist for rest of your life, go ahead, go against the rules, go and do it.
Yeah.
Do it first. You will find out what happens. But
Yeah.
if that's what you want to do, go ahead.
Yeah,
Don't stop.
I think so as well. I think it's easier though, right now, Milan, that we are a bit older to say that. I'm not sure how we would have felt when we were younger. I'm really not sure. I feel it's
uh,
easier to
I
speak
would
on
say
that.
even I would say those who, if you are starting out now, I would say it's difficult because back then, I mean, okay, I've been DJing for 17, 18 years right now. Money was small, but
Yeah,
the lifestyle was also small.
yeah.
Expenses not so much.
Sure.
Um,
Risks now.
so it was kind of manageable. You
Yeah,
don't need, of course, quite all right. But now things have changed. So
yeah,
as an entertainer,
yeah,
to make money and also sustain
yeah,
becomes a bit difficult if you're just fresh. But
yeah.
then again, you still shouldn't stop.
Mm.
It's always
So
about biting the bullet.
I
Just
think so.
slog it
I think
out.
no matter how old we are, we should never lose that magic.
Yeah,
But you're
you
right.
should
There are a lot of
slog it
things
out.
that come in the
Slog it out.
way. A lot of things that come in the way that makes us feel like, okay, maybe we shouldn't take this risk anymore. But that's, I think, when we stop being a child already. We stop being
Yeah,
child like a
correct.
child or childlike. So I'm really glad that you persevered. But I'm also interested to dig a bit deeper.
Sure.
Families,
Mhm.
when we contribute back to them financially, then they are like, okay. So what if you don't contribute to them financially? How do
Well,
you kind of
there have been times where I'm like, hey, I've got nothing to contribute for the month, or
yeah
can I borrow $50 off you? Uh, them like, oh, why you're not? Why didn't you go and study properly? You wouldn't be a DJ, right? Or doing this. So I went through that many times, many times, where I couldn't contribute like how I was supposed to contribute.
Mm,
Um, then again, you just need to give your family confidence that the slogging will be fruitful, and just don't worry. If I
yeah.
don't have money, never mind. I will cut on my expense. I will show it to you that I'm doing my part, and things will be alright.
Yeah.
It's depends also on what is your content level. If you're happy with
Yeah.
whatever you have, you're
Yeah.
good to go.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's also, drawing back on what you said, if you had only studied, then you wouldn't be, or if you had pursued a professional, whatever that word professional service is,
Yeah.
because in Australia, this is a professional service.
Right.
then you wouldn't be in this situation. But
Oh, no,
obviously,
no, no. I
that's
wouldn't
not
be talking to you. Or maybe I would be
right.
talking to you, but I would have been as a professor or I don't know.
Yeah, you would be such a boring person. You definitely wouldn't be
Yeah.
wearing a floral t-shirt, lah. That's for sure. So, what are some really, really amazing things that have happened because you pursued as a DJ? What are some really, really like when you look back, like three things that are like even you cannot imagine that you were able to pull that off?
You asking me events wise or just life?
Yeah, I think let's just talk about life when, and
Yeah.
I guess part of your life is also being a DJ, so that
Correct.
included.
Correct.
What are three
So,
amazing things that you thought like, whoa, this is unabashedly amazing?
uh, three. Maybe I can just sum it up in one. Maybe.
Okay.
Um, so as while I was growing up as a DJ, and Vishal Doshi will know this very well. Um, I went through a lot of scrutinizing by the society. Like, hey, how can you be a DJ? DJ has no life, nothing. Hey, DJ. There's no name to it. There's no credentials to it or whatever. But my family, from my grandfather being big businessmen, they had a good name in the society. So I went through a phase where, oh, you are tarnishing a family's name because you're a DJ or you do events or you are surrounded with alcohol, etc., etc. Um, Recently, in the last past 5 years, when things were good for me, my grandfather's friends, they came up to me and like, "Hey, you are Batavia's grandson. Oh, it's an honor to meet you." I'm like, "Wow, wow." At one point of time, people were tarnishing my family's name because I became a DJ, and and now people are coming up to me, "Hey, good on you. You are keeping up to your family's name." So
Mm.
uh, I think that's the best moment I've had, and I've had this a couple of times where they come and say my dad's name and my grandfather's name and my uncle's name. Like, hey, good job on you. You're keeping up with the Batavia family name, and I think whatever else happens after that, whatever good things happen, you can't match.
Well, you have actually, you have been booked for some of the most amazing events that I've heard of.
Yeah.
You're booked to play in probably the most pimping club in Singapore. And still for you, that moment, that moment that sums up the best experience for you is when somebody actually says that you're doing your family proud. Um, is that what it's all about for us in our society? I mean, Milan, you and I are Gujaratis. We know this, right? Is that what the Gujarati society is really about? Is that what our society is about? Like that we're
Maybe the
just
society
to,
is not. Maybe it's not just about that. Maybe also because or how wealthy you are. But on a personal level, I don't care much. I don't care much as if someone come and tell me you make a family proud, that's all I care about. I don't really care much about what the society thinks. After so many years working as a DJ, being on the street basically, um, it's all about a family. As long as family is happy, people look up to your family because of me being a DJ. I mean, no money can buy that.
that's fantastic.
Yeah,
Well,
no money can buy that.
you really made a huge impact on our community because of the road less traveled. I don't think
Yeah.
we've really had a Gujarati DJ before this. Have we? Have we?
uh, I don't think so. I don't
Not
think
at this level or this capacity where it's like a full-time major big league kind of career. So that's amazing. And yeah,
Not in
Vishal,
Singapore at least. Not in Singapore at least.
yeah. So we have a lot of people viewing in right now, and Vishal is saying facts. The same man who was scrutinized gave me a footing in the business, and absolutely, I mean, I know my own cousin Vishal Doshi, who is super talented, and had it not been for one person in our community to kind of set foot in it, I'm sure he would have taken much longer or would have been much more difficult. So thank God for people like you who have taken that perceived risk of sorts. So I just wanted to ask you as well, why should someone not be a DJ? Like if someone came up to you and said, I really want to be a DJ because it looks so cool now, you've charted the territory, why would you tell people not to be in this industry? Or would
Actually,
you tell
I will tell them, okay, you should be a DJ, but do you have the ability, the capability to slog for a few years without worrying about anything, just working hard for a couple of years? Because whoever comes in at current generation, they're like, hey, how much money can you make? Uh,
yeah.
will I get alcohol? Will I become famous? That's what they're up to
Will I
nowadays.
get all the chicks?
I didn't want to say that, but you said it, so yep.
Yeah, I mean,
uh, so that's what they're into now. It's the fame will come uh, eventually. Just work hard. So that's my only thing I say to them. I have a couple of people come and tell me they want to follow me, they want to work with me, they want to learn. I'm like, yeah, sure. I'm learning myself every day. Also, I can teach you, no problem. But can you slog? Can you? Do you have the ability to bite the bullet for a couple of
yeah,
years?
yeah,
Back then, it was easier, or slightly easier to bite the bullet. Things were cheaper, money was less, but things were cheaper. Now is everything is all about money.
yeah. Well, that's a really valuable thing to talk about. Do you have the ability to slog? You're not even talking about working hard. This is
Yeah,
slogging. So why do you say
slogging.
slogging? Is it because it is late nights? Is it because it's just, when everyone is up, you're out. When you don't get to celebrate. Why do you use the word slogging as
Slogging
opposed to
comes
working hard?
a lot of ways because now the new generation like, oh, I need to meet my girlfriend, I cannot come to work. I got family dinner, I cannot come. So
Yeah,
this sacrificing comes into part of slogging. And then uh, if I need to impart my DJing knowledge to another person, I would want him to go through what I went through back
yeah,
then,
yeah,
to understand what's coming up.
yeah,
So
yeah,
to do that, you need to slog. Like
yeah,
really give up
yeah.
your social life, a lot of family time, yeah, and just
Yeah,
hang in there.
it seems like such a social career that when you say you need to give up your social life to have a social career, it just sounds really, really
Yeah,
weird. So
I do not have a social life. Like Vishal will know, for example, we sometimes talk like you can should go to this place, that place, that restaurant, that club. Like, huh? Got such place? Really?
Yeah, because I mean, all of us know you because of our social activities. But obviously, you would be there, and you'd not be able to be potentially.
Socialize like how you guys are socializing.
But in that case, I guess one of the things that Milan has privy or access to is he probably knows how everybody behaves under the influence.
Oh,
So
I
he
know a
keeps
lot of
a
secrets.
lot of secrets up his sleeve, and hopefully you have a really bad memory. So what does it take? What does it take, Milan, to keep a crowd going for? What is the longest that you've kept a crowd going for?
Um, I've actually played for 12 hours.
And so, what does it take to keep a crowd going for 12 hours?
For the DJ, a lot of alcohol. Uh, for the crowd, a lot more alcohol also. But
Okay.
but yeah, the crowd, if they don't stay on dance floor for long enough, means the DJ is either not reading the crowd properly, or a lot of times they're just drunk, so drunk that they've got no energy to dance. But
Yeah.
but at a, for example, at a destination wedding where dance floors are minimum of 6 hours, 8 hours, whatever, uh, people don't get drunk fast. But a DJ's job is to hold them there for at least 6 to 8 hours, or
Yeah.
5 hours, whatever. Uh,
Yeah.
so how I do it is I try not to drink first. At least for the first few hours, I try not to drink. I just concentrate. I try to experiment. I try to read the crowd. Reading the crowd as a DJ or as an entertainer is different from person to person. How you want to do
Mm,
it is your own way. So for
mhm.
me, it's like I look at them how they are dancing or facial expressions to a particular song or a genre.
Mm.
If it works, okay, it means I'm going in a correct direction. If it doesn't work, and if it's a upbeat song, but they're like, hey, just grooving but not dancing, and I'm like, okay, this
Yeah.
is not working. Try
Yeah.
something else
Yeah.
until it works, and then you will find your way.
Yeah.
And that's the only way it can go on for hours and hours. If not,
Right.
any entertainer is really screwed
Right.
on stage.
I'm gonna get into that, but you've got a friend Yusuf who's here who's saying, I hope I grow up to be just like DJ Milan. And he's also saying, don't lie, Milan, you're an alcoholic. Mansi is saying Milan is one of the few DJs I've come across who's able to read the crowd really well. He will change his strategic approach as the night goes. Many others just stick to a specific list and they've already put together. So let's talk a little bit about reading the crowd. Okay, let's talk a little bit about reading the crowd. How do you read a crowd and how do you build on a momentum? So is there something that you have learned that is very unique that you'd like to share?
Uh, Unique will be basically your music knowledge, how you surprise your crowd
Mm.
uh, with a certain track, may it be from past, new, old, whatever,
Yeah,
English,
yeah,
Hollywood, or whatever. So
yeah.
surprising them on and off gives the crowd a nice vibe and like, hey, he
Right,
surprised me. Okay, let's
right,
momentum keeps on going on. Uh,
right.
Usually we start slow, we end up fast.
Yeah.
Usually that's the pickup. We pick up music that way. Uh, Music selection is very important. I don't really make a list. I just
Mm.
go there. I'll just whack, and I try to figure it on the way. Making a
Right.
list actually spoils the crowd to me.
Mm.
I mean, I've done it before where I've made a list at home. I'm going to play this, play this, play this, play this. When I went there, none of the songs worked.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
so you can't follow a list. You have to do your research, a lot of research at home. Make sure
Right.
you have all the music, update yourself. Bollywood, English, whatever genre the DJ is playing needs to be
Mm.
updated, and a
Wow.
lot of experimental.
Right. Um, I don't want to talk about myself, but I just had to draw a parallel. In the corporate world, whenever we do training, for example, when we facilitate programs, they always will tell us, what is your agenda? What is your agenda? Make sure that you tell us what happens from 9 to 9:30, 9:30 to 10, blah, 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 blah. And for the life of me, I can never follow that agenda, but people still want to hold on to the agenda. Do you find that when you work in the event space that everybody wants to have an agenda or everybody wants to have a list or everybody wants to know something, but that doesn't seem to work? And in fact, you end up spending and wasting a lot of time creating something like that. Do you also experience something like that?
Uh, Not in the clubs, but on the events basis, yes, we need to follow an agenda. Like for us to be a program, like for example,
Yeah.
what time the couple walking in, dinner, etc., etc. But we also need to prepare a list of your own. If it
Right.
fails, what is plan B? How are you going to slot things out, or how are you going to change things to
Yeah.
make time, to buy time?
Right.
If you do not have that foresight,
Plan.
you're done.
Yeah. Right.
You're done. For example, if the couple or the wedding couple is late for any reason,
Yeah. Yeah.
what are you supposed to do? What can you do to make the crowd not be restless?
Okay.
So
So yeah,
something
so
else
what
has
you
to come up.
say is that there is a plan, there is an agenda, but at the same time, there's a lot of free flow and there's a lot of concoctions that you make up along the
Yes,
way as
if the
well.
client wants a plan agenda, okay, I'll give
Yeah,
it to you.
yeah,
Same as a corporate, I'll give it to you. But
yeah,
plan B needs to be on standby also.
yeah. I really like what you say about surprising the crowd because you have surprised us many times, many, many times. And then,
Try your best.
everybody's just coming down a little bit and then it's like way up again.
You throw
So,
something out of the blue, like something old, something new. Usually the old school stuff works.
yeah.
Usually where you give them like, hey, wow, Backstreet Boys. How? Why?
So even those who are anti Backstreet Boys or anti old music suddenly because they hear it all over again,
Yeah,
memories are
yeah. If
right.
you're
Okay.
playing like hardcore hip hop all the way, the new school, the Drake and all that stuff for a long time, and you all of a sudden drop
Yeah.
NSYNC or Backstreet Boys or Britney Spears. I'll be like, oh wow.
Yeah.
Or Linkin
What
Park.
I know this is a bit left field, but what song do people just love like crazy? Tell us an English one, so because we have a lot of English listeners as well. What is a song that people just it's just crazy? They just love it.
You know, if it's a retro crowd,
Yeah.
um, stuff like Dancing Queen or La Bamba really makes
Ah,
the crowd go crazy a bit.
like crazy, is it? And what
Yeah,
is like an old school pop song that people just go crazy to?
pop, Michael Jackson never fails.
Huh?
Michael Jackson never fails.
Michael Jackson, really?
Yeah.
My God, the guy still isn't dead, huh?
There, no, no, no. He's nowhere dead.
Uh, not allowed to say that, huh? I'll
Yeah, yeah.
apologize to everyone who I've insulted along the way as well. Just meant it pure heartedly. Wanted to talk about screw ups.
Hmm.
What is the
Many.
biggest screw up that you have ever experienced? That till today you're like, oh, that's just oh, I can't even think about it till today. What is the biggest screw up that you've had?
Okay, I've had many screw ups. But the screw ups, I eventually, in all my screw ups I've had, I have solved the problem. I've
Yeah,
never left it as a screw up. Hook
yeah.
or by crook, I've managed to salvage whatever I could. But I can share one instance. I was in Phuket for an
Okay,
event.
sorry, I need to pause for 1 second. You really need to change your friends because this Yusuf guy, he's just really nasty. I'm asking you what's your biggest screw up, and Yusuf is saying your hairstyle is your biggest screw up.
Okay, so Yusuf is a good brother. He's also my partner in my events industry, in events life
Okay.
business.
Okay.
Uh,
Yeah. So,
if you can delete him or block him, please go ahead. It's okay. It's okay.
okay. Sorry, you were saying. So, what is your biggest screw up that you wanted to talk about?
So I was in Phuket for an event. I was with KP Sandu, the MC KP Sandu. Both of us went up to Phuket for an event. Now it was a 1 day event with two separate events in the same day. One was the beach wedding and then the dinner and after party.
Right.
So I went to the beach, 4 o'clock. Event was supposed to start at 6 o'clock. Set up,
Yeah.
whatever. I went to on my laptop. It didn't get on. Not getting on. Not getting on. Uh,
Oh.
not getting on. And I only had one laptop then. No backup, no thumb drive, no nothing. Uh, so okay, not getting on. Charge, whatever.
Oh.
Not getting on. 5 o'clock, not getting on. 6 o'clock, not getting on. Wedding is over, not getting on. So there was the wedding planner there. Used her laptop to play background music first. Thank God. Uh, okay, so dinner is done. Sorry, wedding is done. Now is to dinner. Go back to the dinner hall, the wedding reception hall. Um, laptop not getting on. Laptop not getting on. So, so I took the wedding planner's laptop. I started downloading songs. I didn't have a thumb drive then. Also, I wasn't prepared then. No thumb drive, no hard disk, no nothing. Started downloading songs just in case. She was I forgot her name, but she was using an old Mac, the MacBook Air. It's a MacBook
Right.
Air, so
Yeah.
not that fast. And the capacity is not that much also. So I could downloading was very slow. It was some resort. Wi-Fi was bad. No access to hotspot or roaming or didn't have that kind of stuff then. Uh, so I could like download 5 songs in 20 minutes. That kind of stuff. That kind of slow speed. Laptop still not getting on. So KP is like, okay, if doesn't get on, we need to plan a silent show and get ready to be later on. But the show still has to go on. KP in his head, he started planning for a silent show without music because when there's an MC DJ, there's a lot of backing up tracks for the MC when he's
Yeah.
doing his stuff. Music comes in appropriate timing, etc., etc. Um, so he was ready to do a silent show. I was perspiring my ass off. Uh,
Oh my
Couple
God.
is outside at the door waiting to come in. Laptop still not getting on. So,
Oh
and I
my.
had all the tracks were with me, like the couple walking song, performance tracks, etc. All were with me in that laptop, not getting on. Now, so while the wedding planners were trying to get the tracks, uh, KP came up to me like, okay, I know, bro, you're stressed. You don't know what to do. Let's try to on your laptop one more time before I go up on stage. This is probably the 100th time. I'm like, okay, bro, let's go. I pressed on. It came on.
Oh
It
my
came
god.
on. It came on. Okay, it
I'm
came
crying
on.
for you. I am crying
Came on
for you.
1 minute before the couple's entry. Now the problem was, until now, I've not figured it out. I'm still figuring. I still talk to some tech guys. They still can't answer me. Maybe it's God's intervention. I don't know. Um, so I play on a software called Serato.
Yeah.
Uh, Whatever music was on my Serato crates, the folders I make on Serato, the music
Yeah.
was there. Whatever, if I go to my folder out of my Serato and find the song is not there. So, uh, thank God I had made a folder with the couples, walking songs, performance tracks was there. Now, so
God.
okay, whatever. Come to dance floor. Dance floor. It was a South Indian wedding. South Indian, pure full South Indian wedding. You have two North Indians flying up to Phuket to play. I'm playing Tamil songs and English. No Bollywood. Um, so all of my stuff was not on my Serato. What to do? I mean, people are asking Tamil songs. I have the tracks, but it's not on my Serato, and I can't find them in my folder because I don't know why.
Yeah.
Make sure you play hip hop, whatever English songs I had, play. Use handphone to play. Uh, Whatever the songs the wedding planner had on phone, use that to play. Use KP's phone to
Oh my
play. Use
god.
this man's fan to play by the phone. I did all that just to save the party.
And did
Just
it
to
work?
save the
Did they know that something was wrong in the end? Wow.
They
Wow.
didn't, because everybody
Oh
was
my
enjoying.
god.
Everyone was a friend,
Yeah.
but
Oh my god.
as an
Somebody's gonna be
entertainer,
out
we
there.
can't tell the crowd, "Hey, we have a problem." We
Oh
can't
my
come up there.
god.
They will get scared.
Wow.
So
Wow. Thank God, man. Thank
yeah,
God.
yeah, yeah.
Divine intervention. So I
Divine,
guess,
divine.
what is your advice? What is your advice to people
Wow.
from this?
So now after that incident I had, I've got two of everything. In fact, I've got three MacBooks I travel with, uh, tons of hard disks, USB sticks, whatever, CDs. I have everything on standby.
Oh my God. Oh my
My
God. Yeah,
DJing devices, I have two of everything mostly. Uh,
that is
head,
crazy.
I've got two headphones.
That is crazy. That is crazy. So also maybe let's talk a little bit about let's talk about, just if you can, super briefly, um, what is something that till today makes you feel like you want to continue being a DJ? Because I'm sure there are many, many dark moments, very difficult moments. Why do you still want to be in this career or profession?
Okay,
I
so
mean,
I what
even
I
technology fails
tell.
me sometimes.
Oh yeah, actually, yeah. Technology does screw up the entertainment in the entertainment industry, but no
Yeah.
choice.
So why
I
do
always
you
tell
think?
people that the
Yeah.
day I get bored playing music, that's the day I retire.
Yeah.
So far, I've not been bored, and I would also like to thank many of my clients who actually send feedbacks after the show is done. Hey, good job done. This was good. This was out of surprise. You did this, whatever. You shocked us. This
Yeah.
keeps me motivated, keeps me going on. And I don't post the kind of stuff on Facebook or Instagram. Yeah, I don't. It's just for me to uh,
Makes you
read
feel
on
good.
later on and say, hey, I did a good job. It helps me motivate.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, so
Yeah.
far going strong.
That's awesome.
Not bored yet.
Yeah. So I think it's really important, like for whoever is listening, that thank you and that feedback, especially constructive feedback, positive feedback, is so important because you really have no idea what a person may have gone through. Say, for example, somebody may have not had their laptop switch on, but they still made your party work.
Yeah.
These are really important things that I think we just don't do that enough in the service industry or in the
In
service
fact,
profession.
I would like
So
to say, those of
yeah,
you logged in right now, you may not be from the events industry, but any point in your life or your company, you hold an event, may it be a big one, a small one, whatever. At the end of the night, or even before, try to thank those vendors who are on the ground helping you run your event. May it be the server, the food server, the catering company, the sound system guys, or the MC,
Yeah.
DJ, lighting guy, anybody
Mhm.
who is your hired vendor, who is coming to run
Yeah.
your event to make it successful. Try to thank them.
Yeah.
A lot of people forget to thank these vendors because they are thanking everybody else. But it's not their fault. They just tend to forget.
Yeah. That's a really
This
good point.
thanking helps people like us be motivated and carry on doing good work.
Yeah, absolutely. It's definitely the fuel that keeps things burning for a
Yeah,
lot longer.
yeah.
So this is the personal part in our program. So you can choose to skip it, but this is
I'm
a
not going to
question.
skip it. Just go ahead. Shoot.
Okay. So yeah, Mansi is saying very important point about thanking partners, and they are not vendors; they are your partners in making something successful. So great point,
Yeah,
Mansi. As in, we should call them partners, not vendors. Okay.
yeah,
So as I mentioned earlier, there is one part of our Facebook group where we run a lot of polls, and in our polls, we get a lot of dichotomous views. But there was one poll where everybody had the same response to, and that poll was about, have you ever gone through a time where you felt like you were drowning? And so I just wanted to ask you, what was the most difficult moment in your life? Like, literally, the most difficult moment in your life, not as a DJ, but as Milan. What was the most difficult part of your life, um, and how would you describe that experience?
most difficult part.
The
Uh,
toughest time that you've ever experienced in your life.
uh, I can I mean as a DJ, I've been through many of these drowning times, but as Milan, putting the DJ aside, the hard times when a family member passed away,
Mm,
and that just took everything away from me, and for a long time I couldn't get out of it. I couldn't get out of it. Work was affected. Everything was affected. Um, Sometimes even now I
yeah.
still fall back, still go back to that zone,
Mm,
and still do not know how to get out of it. I
mm,
don't know. There's no rule. There's no textbook for it.
mm,
It just happens.
yeah.
So yeah, if it happens to anybody for any reason, you just need to remember life has to go on, hook or by crook, whether you like it or not. It still has to go on. Um, find your ways to be positive. For me, it's always hitting the decks, playing music. I feel
Mm,
I feel my solace in when I hit the console. I
mm,
feel good. Uh, Whenever I go to work, if I'm very tired, I dread to go to work sometimes. I do dread. Like I'm tired or I'm headed. I have too much
yeah.
stress. But whenever I touch the console, for me, everything goes away and I'm in my happy zone. So you need to find your happy zone, hook or by crook.
Yeah. Oh, thank you so much for sharing.
Yeah.
I think there are so many, I've heard so many stories by now, both in my profession and also through these interviews, where it becomes very difficult when you lose a member in your family. And I always I always ask this question, and I'm always looking forward to the right answer. I don't think I found that answer yet. You
Yeah.
know, Milan, like there's only one guarantee in life, right? That guarantee is that we live, we're born, and we die. That's guaranteed. That's a
Yes.
non-negotiable. Everything else could happen, maybe it doesn't happen. But this is a guarantee. But we still grieve so substantially, and it really, really affects our lives so significantly. Do you think we should be educated on death and grieving?
Um, to me, is how can you educate emotions?
Hmm.
I mean, I do not know if there's a way to educate emotions. You will know better for sure, but uh, if there's a way to control your emotions, not to be sad, not to cry, wow, things would have changed by now. The world would have been changed. It would be flat. It won't be round.
Yeah. That's really
So
profound. That's probably coming closer to an answer that I'm looking for as well. Yeah, it's
yeah,
not
there you
about.
go. You need a
Oh, well,
DJ.
well done. Well done. Good job, Milan. Good job. I think that's a
Yeah,
really good. Um, I think it's a really surprising. You surprised me by that answer. Actually, it's not
there
about
you go.
grieving.
Not on the console, on live. I can surprise people.
Um, um, yeah, I think what you're saying is it's not about educating people on a particular thing, which is grieving, but it's about educating people on emotions. And what really surprised me is I think if we are all educated on it, then the world would have changed by now. And Yusuf has finally calmed down as well. This is amazing. Yusuf saying, I don't think
This
any amount of education will help when it actually happens. So thank you, Yusuf. I agree.
it's
I
fasting time now.
definitely.
That's why fasting time. So
Um, Yusuf hashtag arrogance. I don't know what that means.
yeah, he thinks I'm arrogant. So yeah,
Ah,
doesn't matter.
well,
I don't care.
I've known him since we were little, really small kids. So when you even say, Milan, when you even say that you're a rebel, I don't see that because I just saw you as a very, like a little bit more quiet and just someone who keeps the peace. That's how I always saw you.
Thank you.
Um, would you leave us with a piece of advice that maybe something that you heard or something that you like to tell people, something that's extremely valuable for you, just a random piece of advice?
Um, maybe now or later on, do not believe whatever you read or see on social media.
What?
Yeah.
Hey, you're going to be part of social media as
Oh
well.
yeah. Believe me.
Why
Believe
did
me.
you say that?
Uh,
Why did you say that?
a lot of things people read and see, and then it goes into their head, and they're like, okay, that is it. Because social media said it means must be right. But then when they don't hear on the flip side or two sides of the story, um, you don't know what's actually happening. Like,
Yeah,
for example, the cases right now we are going through in Singapore about the cases in the dormitories where people are getting sick and all that. Numbers are going up and up. People, general people, are not thinking that hey, these people need help. Do
yeah,
not diss them. The numbers
yeah,
are going up because the government is doing their best to keep them healthy fast and get
yeah,
the virus contained fast.
yeah.
That's why the numbers are going up.
Okay.
They're getting swabbed more and more. Even if not any symptoms, you are still getting swabbed
Yeah.
because to segregate these people and treat them. Hence why the
Okay.
numbers are going up. So
Yeah.
I see a lot of wrong info going on social media, and not even because of COVID or whatever. Before COVID,
Yeah.
I mean,
Just
I've
in
seen
general.
so much wrong info going
Yeah.
around the world where it's
Yeah.
not needed.
Yeah. Yep. Fair
Yeah, so
enough.
do
Thank
not
you.
believe whatever you read,
Yeah. except except interviews like this because it's coming
except
from
me
the horse's
and her
mouth.
and her. There you
Hey.
go.
Oh wait, the clear
No, no, no.
answer.
Oh shit.
Do it any closer and it'll be like you're digging my ear. So anyway, thank you so much for being here. This is literally super coincidental that we're both here. I'm just so glad that we're doing this. It's been years.
Yep,
So
yep, yep.
yeah, my sister is saying Puri Doshi, shout out Puri, woo woo. She's saying you
Woo!
rock, DJ Milan. So
Thank
proud of
you,
you.
Doshi
Yeah,
family. Yo.
Doshi family. Whoop, whoop. Yusuf is asking one last question. What's your advice to entertainers to keep safe and pull through this pandemic?
Uh, drink a lot of alcohol. Wear your mask in your ass. Don't take drugs, of course, other than Panadol. But on a more formal side, stay home, stay safe, of course. Wear your mask, sanitize yourself. Do not go out much. If you need to
Yeah,
go, maintain social distancing.
yeah.
It's okay if you put on weight. Don't go start jogging. There's no Olympics happening anytime soon. Don't worry. I'm putting on weight.
Yeah,
Um,
I guess the question would be more about like finances at this point in time. Potentially, these entertainers who
Correct.
are hopefully hoping to make a buck or
I
two, whatever.
don't need to tell
What
the
do you think?
entertainers, whatever you do, maybe an MC, a singer, a magician, use the time now, build on yourself, try to find new stuff, go on social media, show your talents, like how I'm doing. There you go, I'm marketing myself also.
Yeah,
But yeah, do that. It will kill time. It'll keep you happy for sure. You may not get money, but remember, money is not everything. Money will come when this is over, and it will come. It's going to rainfall of money when with events, and you'll be back to normal. Don't worry about it. And
Yeah.
if you need money, join me at dormitory. Join me at dormitory. I'll get you a job.
Yeah, DJ Milan is volunteering and supporting the dormitories or management of dormitories at this point in time as well. So good job.
Even Yusuf is.
Um,
Even Yusuf is.
Even Yusuf, oh, what's up, Yusuf? Yusuf, I feel like I know you. We're already friends now, but I
No,
don't
don't
think you.
know him. Don't know him. Don't know him. Trust me. Don't know him.
Yusuf will be like, no, no, thank you. Vishal says woohoo, and I think just because we're two Gujus here, big shout out to the Gujarati community. Thank you for
Hey.
being so awesome. We love you.
Yes.
I think everything that you say, all the expectations that you have on us, obviously has helped us. And thank you for creating a community where, till the day we die, we were always going to have amazing friends around us as well. So
Yes.
hashtag Guju.
Navratri for life.
Guju's for life. Awesome. Thank you so much. Take care. Good luck with everything. Okay. Catch you on the other side.
Hey, thank you very much. See you.
Bye.
Bye.